So growing eggplants in a large quantity or small quantity can be very successful. Now what we have here is a 3-foot by 10-foot bed, 30 square feet. We've got two eggplants here at the high end or the beginning of the bed. Now these were purchased from our local garden center, Blue Mills Landscape and Garden Center here. We got them early because we had some issues with our potting mix, if you followed us on that story. But we've got these eggplants on the smaller variety, but they will do just fine. I got several different varieties, and we've planted this bed pretty heavy and pretty thick. We're going about 16-inch spacings. Now, if all conditions are good, these plants will get pretty much shrub-like a whole row, just like you would hope to have, kind of like what we have over next to it with the garlic. The plants are touching each other but not crowding. That's what we're looking for, that intense planting, not only for eggplants or garlic, but for all plants to utilize the space that we have available. So I've went through and I've spaced them. Now what I'm going to add here is a little bit of the Purple Cow bioactive compost. You do 1/3 of that per hole, and then you mix the native soil in, and then you plant on top of that. Also going to add some Sustain 464 fertilizer and work that in. And then you just take the native soil, kind of mix that all in. So then what I'm going to decide to plant in this one is I'm going to do a Turkish eggplant. Now this is an orange with stripes on it. And we're just going to pull it right out of the root maker trays. We've got good roots on the plant here. So what we want to do is, after we fill that hole back in, because we've mixed this bioactive, we need to mix that in because you can't do it 100% strength. It will harm the plants. Even though it's armory listed, it's got it helps the plants uptake the nutrients in the soil. But again, you can't do it 100% strength. So now, get it, and we want to plant it at the same depth in which it was in the container, because even though eggplants are part of the nightshade family, like tomatoes, they just don't put on the roots up the stalk like a tomato would. Now what we can do is take leaves, this here we've surrounded with cardboard, any type of mulch, and I can bring more in here, some more. We're going to basically hide the plant essentially, but that's going to help establish it, and then it will pop through the hole here that we've created. And you can do eggplants in a container. The thing with eggplants are they love a lot of heat, a lot of root heat. So if you're in an area, and we're in the higher portions of the garden here where we get a lot of afternoon sun, if you can get a lot of root heat and keep the moisture to the roots, the eggplants will flourish like crazy. We've grown them in the Eco Garden system before. Does really, really well as black containers from Root Maker. It absorbs that heat. We keep the moisture to them, and they thrive. So keep that in mind if you're trying to grow eggplants and haven't been quite successful.
For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.